Alrighty, y'all. What is up? So, been a few days since our last little chat and whatnot, but just kind of been hanging out, relaxing, trying to just recover and whatnot. Finally, all of the mental stress and whatnot from all of the moving and whatnot's basically all done. So that feels good. Just kind of be back to a nice little even baseline. And then we've been hitting the gym. They're at that Crunch Fitness here in Lakeland, well, South Lakeland, and it's been good. I've had a few good workouts. Had a good chest day. Had a pretty good back day. Deadlifts were all right. I hit a 2 sets of 3 at 365 on the deadlifts. And then just had a real good lat session, just beating the crap out of them. And then yesterday we went ahead and did some biceps, triceps, to beat the crap out of the arms. We haven't done a specific arm day in quite some time, so they're a bit sore today, but feels good. No elbow pain, so that is everything we want from that. Today's weather, freaking beautiful. It's a little partly cloudy, but today is a nice solid like 12, 13 mile per hour breeze. And it's got a little chill to it. Even though it is, I don't know, still like 88 degrees today. The humidity in the air with the wind is just perfect. So, been loving the weather. Can't beat that much. But we got our new little scooter, our Segway Max G3, and we've been taking that back and forth to the gym. That's worked out super nice. I've enjoyed it quite a bit. It's kind of nice being able to, I'm going to go to the gym now and just scooter my way there. Don't have to depend on anyone. I'm not stuck at the house gym, which truthfully, I didn't realize how much I missed kind of working out around people. Not necessarily, interacting with them, but just being in proximity of other people lifting. It's kind of put a big motivator on me, really. Feels kind of good. And there's some strong people there. I will say, though, I think I'm probably definitely in the top 10 percentile, if not a little higher than that, on strength-wise. But as for being lean, oh man, I'm a bit thick. There is people here are definitely quite leaner than the average person, for sure. So, but we'll be working on that soon enough. Here in, a month and a half, 2 months from now. So, no big deal. We did end up being a little bit lower in body fat than we thought we were. Kind of thought we were sitting around 26, 27. And we're actually sitting down around 23%. So, definitely can't complain too much about that there. And then we have I've made the choice. I'm going to go ahead and sign up for those 30-minute coaching sessions with their strength coach. I had those two like assessments basically, one with the other guy Jacob and then one with this dude Ray. Ray's their strength guy. And I like what he's got to say. Some things I got some questions about, because just me being me, I want to know why he thinks a certain way. What does he think the purpose of this is? Things like that. Because I like straight, logical answers. As well as, there's information about tons of stuff, obviously, right? So, some of that stuff being wrong, some of it being right. So, asking questions at the bare minimum, it's going to get you an answer. And if there's a logical backing to it, or at least a logical theory of why you should do something, then that's good. And basically inside of that little evaluation session with them, that's how it kind of went. So there wasn't much he didn't have an answer to that I asked. And if I did ask something that he wasn't sure about or just, didn't really have information on, he was just like, like, I don't see it as a positive. I haven't really researched it though. So overall, I can't really answer that. And that I respect a lot. I'd rather have the I don't know or I haven't looked into that response than just trying to justify his already set viewpoints. Because we're all learning. None of us know everything, right? And especially in a field of like fitness and health, there's a lot of changing science per se to all of this all the time. So but it I think it's going to be a benefit. I will say the squat position he has trying to have me squat through does not feel very natural. Now that's probably just maybe I learned wrong, or my squat position is, not beneficial to the goals that I'm trying to reach or whatever. But he's trying to get me to keep my knees like straight above my ankles and not allow my knees to push over my toes, which there's a lot of conflicting information on that, right? So but we're going through that. I was kind of getting a hold of the technique. It feels super, super weird. Almost like I'm learning how to squat all over again, basically. Feel very tippy, like I'm falling backwards. But I did not have any lower back pain after squatting with him. We also didn't ramp the weight up very high. But we will see what happens as we progress with that. Then we, real fast though, that it's always just so pretty walking past this little spot every day into the neighborhood. But anyways, so we'll see how that goes. I will say though, my right knee for the first time ever has felt a little angry since we had that squat session. Now, he was having me squat, feet pretty forward, shoulder stance width. And it just was incredibly uncomfortable. And then we changed it up a little bit, went a little wider. He allowed me to put a little angle back to my feet, how I normally do, with them slightly pointed outwards. That felt a whole lot better, a lot more stable. So that could definitely be a big part of it. How you doing? And then with that kind of is more or less where we left off on that portion of evaluating my squat. So then we went over to, then we switched to deadlifts. And basically, he's like, your form and technique's perfect. We don't need to work on anything there, at least not yet. And then same on the bench. He had me just hit the bar real quick, just to put me through my initial pathing. And he's like, yeah, you don't need anything here on the bench either yet. So that felt good. The two movements I do very well, at least I feel like I do very well, are confirmed to do well. So that is a plus side. Can't go angry with that. Or can't be angry with that, I should say. So but overall, I think I'm sold on it. So today, when I go, I'm gonna go ahead and pay for those sessions, even though they're pricey. But it's one session a week, 30 minutes. If you pay it all at once, it's for 4 months, so 16 sessions. You can double stack them if you want to turn it into an hour. But truthfully, I'd rather have just the assistance on my squats and then kind of go from there type of thing. And then, yeah, but it's like 940, 960, something like that. But it is what it is, right? So you've got to pay for someone else's experience and skill if you can't figure it out on your own. I obviously have done well with my bench and my deadlift, but the squats are a problem. So we're going to accept that. We're going to work on getting them better. But with that, guys, make sure you're out there working on your goals, getting your stuff done. Most of all, just don't be a lazy fuck.